Tell us about some of the Celtic traditions. Most of my audience is in America. We are not very familiar with all that, and obviously America is a virtually young country compared to others. We don't have, and just modern life, we're just losing our traditions. We certainly don't have our rites of passage and our rituals like we
Yes.
used to. So
Yeah.
share with us some of the more prominent Celtic traditions and rituals that you practice or grew up with, or you think people should know.
Again, I think they were a wee bit lost here in Ireland as well, Amy. They were in our memories and they were sort of spoken about, but they're only now starting to be renewed and regenerated, which is brilliant. Now, sort of with that cyclical piece again, we work on the Celtic cyclical calendar where we have the sort of 8 key days as we go through the year. My favorite time of the year is Samhain, and that's, it would be equivalent of Halloween. So for me, Samhain and here in Ireland, it's very much one of those liminal places, those threshold places. So it's an in between. And me personally, I love that in between spaces because they're a moment in time where maybe you're not one thing or another, and you have the potential to be anything and everything or whatever you want, whatever you choose. So for me, those threshold moments are really, really important in life. And a lot of our Celtic festival are those thresholds because they're moving from one time of the year to another. And here in Samhain, we would see, that threshold space as we talk about it, the veils between worlds thin. So it's like that we can reach out to the other world as if we're just reaching out. And it's as real as this physical world. I think that's an important piece. Here in Ireland, we are grounded in that the other world is a reality. It's not something imaginary or, that we can't access. The other world is right here with us right now. But at that Samhain time that we can reach out, we can reach through the veils, we can see through the veils. Some of the customs here was, that our ancestors, so we could communicate with our ancestors at that moment in time. So there would be an extra place set at the dinner table for the ancestors to come and feast. Some people would leave feast offerings on the land, so food would be brought out to the land for the ancestors and the spirits that may be present on that night. And then, Samhain is one of the fire festivals. A lot of our festivals are fire festivals, so there would be big outdoor fires at that time of year as well. There's, as I say, and there's, they're very seasonal, so they sort of correspond to the seasons as well. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I love that you've mentioned a key component is because of the perception of the thinning of the veil between our material life and world and the spiritual. And the same thing happens at dusk and dawn, as you know. And I don't know if you're engaged in plant medicines or any kind of healing journeys and ceremonies, but that's certainly what happens during those. That veil is like you actually realize which is part of why I think they're so powerful that, wow, I mean, like there's so much more. Like, I mean, everything that we're living in our flesh and blood reality in quotes, is just the tip of the iceberg of what's right there, right now, even in front of us that our limited human perceptions can't even see. Like everyone, with materialism and scientific nature of our culture, if we can't taste it, touch it, feel it, measure it, radiate it, whatever, it doesn't exist. But we know that when you go into these other realms and engage in the spirit world, it's real, baby. Let me tell you, it is real.